Hello and welcome back to another video. Yeah, here we are. On to season 2. Actually didn't know it was going to be this quick, as in coming back. I thought it was gonna stay like a month or so, but it just stayed like a week or two. As you see, I just posted the last video on the manufacturer series just the other day, and here we are. Anyway, round 1, season 2. Still sticking with the Lexus, which I thought we were going to go with to change to another manufacturer, but yeah, I really wanted to go with Mercedes. That excuse me. Well, this is it. Group 4, Group 4, Group 3. We have some good races. Even though the Blue Moon infield is going to be tricky, it's a short track. It's going to be a long race for sure, over like 20 laps, if I'm not wrong. I haven't checked them out, but they look slow because that's a really short track. And also Tsukuba, you see they're on 11th on September. Yeah, there's those two are going to be really short, really long races. Well, anyway, I'm gonna avoid just going into the race itself. We're going racing in Interlagos in Brazil. Yeah, the circuit Sao Paulo, I think, if I'm not wrong. But anyway, yeah, let's go in because it's the first race. No one has any points, so first race of the day, so first entry, and pretty much, yeah, just a mix of cars. Not really that like one-sided or something like that, but yeah, it was pretty neat. Ranked 14th, and hopefully we do. I was hoping we do have a good race. I didn't want to like really go behind that much, but yeah, starting off the qualifier. During the practice, I was actually doing some practice. I was making a 138 on medium tires, so probably on softer tires, because they're going to be using the medium and soft tires here. As I rev the car, telling the people I want to leave. Starting off my qualifying. Here we go. This is a qualifying lap. The pit lap has already, the out lap has already been gone through. Wasn't really that much to report. And I said like last video, I just need to get away from people in front of me and people behind me. But then I couldn't get away from the Scirocco behind me, so I just had to deal with that. Going down, I had braked a little bit too late. Somebody's in the barriers, and I got distracted by that and accidentally ruined the Scirocco's run. I didn't want that in the first place, but yeah, it did happen, and I just had to quit and restart my qualifying lap again. And good thing I did have enough time to go for an out lap and the qualifying lap again. If not, I would have started in P19 because already one person left for some reason, maybe connection issue or something like that. But I'm going to. It's a race on that was not expected, but so until we get there, we're gonna have to go through the qualifying. The first so far so good. I'm hitting the apex at the right point. The softer tires are up to temperature, so I'm gripping really nicely. But this point here, I was a little bit kind of scared of how much throttle I should use because I didn't want to go wide and that you can get my tires dirty. As you see there, I went a little bit wider than expected because you're supposed to be on that corner. You're supposed to have one wheel on the right wheels on the grass and the left wheels on the rumble strip, so as you can call them. And so far, yeah, people are making 138.4, 139. So I was hoping to make a 139 flat. So far, I was on par, but the two corners were really bad. I was thinking we're going to make a really high 139, like a 39.8, and it was looking likely because it's supposed to be a 30 like past this pole right here. So yeah, that's that. Didn't even care to get the slipstream of the Viper in front of me. I did make a 39.2, a low 139, which is not the best, yes, but yeah, setting in 12, which I need to change onto the medium tires for sure. These are the points at par. So P1, you're gonna get 87 points for that. And starting off the final, as in, yeah, it's not the final, but everything prepared, and we have the race to contend with. So P1 is a Subaru, and the Audi TD also is there. The Porsche is also a good car. The Jaguar also there. But here I am, 12th. I think almost 2 seconds slower than the fastest guy, Silver Wheelie. Yeah. I can't even speak. For this race, I didn't know if fuel was really that much important, because I forgot to check. I just checked that the tires, you need to use the medium and the hards. So I have to put it on 6 so that I see how much fuel it can be. But then I just had to go back into fuel mix 1, because 40 laps is still a lot. So 40 laps, if I go fuel mix 1, it's going to be around 28 laps, I think, or so. As you see here, trying to warm up the tires, don't need to go really hard on them, because I don't want to lose it on the first 2 corners. Yeah, the center S, the infield S. Though this is the start of the infield S. Yeah, I can say that is, you have to like really attack those corners, like abuse those cars. As you see that the car is running really nice. The GTR decided to go for the launch. I wasn't going to oppose that. It is a 4-wheel drive car. It's a GT4, yeah. So you have some cars are 4-wheel drive cars, some are rear-wheel drive, and like Audi TD, it's a front-wheel driven car. And here they started to fight, which was really concerning, because Racy here is really wants to gain some positions. So probably he has some. The Peugeot, I think, was in around P5, around there. Spun around, yeah. Too bad for him. I'm gonna let the Ferrari go by, because I saw him on the radar trying to take the position, and I didn't want to make any mess of it. I side by side up to almost the final corner, but yeah, he tries to brake himself, and yeah, sorry bro, sorry, I didn't think I was going to make him lose a lot of traction like that. But anyway, on we continue. I did try and say sorry by clipping the hazards or something, just to tell them I'm sorry, I didn't mean to push you wide like that. Checking off, going down the straight to turn number 4, I think, 3, 4. Yeah, you're already gaining. Already like in my own zone, P11. And there's a gap between me and P10 and me and P12. So there's the guy that was spun around. He did fight and maintain the position. Good for him. But here the story is we need to catch up to these guys, and they're kind of fighting, because they're just there. We are a few seconds away from P1. Actually 8 seconds. Somebody spun around, and it's a Porsche that was in P3. Okay, that's another position gain. That's really nice. So we need to go. Really need to catch up, because they're really fighting, and 2 laps later we do catch up to them, like the big group. We were already like 2 seconds away from P1, as it's a big train. As you see there, everybody's trying to jostle for as I can say, what is that? Everybody's trying to get positions. There's a word there, I can't remember what I was wanting to say. My brain decided to go into yeah, it's even not thinking at the moment. But anyway, I went a little bit wide there, as P1 is punted wide, and that is hard work on. It started in P1. That's what the only problem with starting in P1. You know, I started in P1, and you have a good race or a bad race because from the pressure from behind. And Virgil goes in for tire change really early at lap number 4, because you can use the medium tires for up to 10 laps, and then 10-11 laps, and then the rest 8 laps or 7 laps you can use them on the soft tires, because the soft tires the highest degradation. I need to have a glass of water, as the big group there that had a lot of penalties. Now look at this, it's all happening just in front of me. I'm just seeing people getting more penalties, people serving their penalties. Now it's my chance to get the advantage of this fighting that they're doing, because they're losing a lot of time. Now we're down to 2 seconds, just under 2 seconds from the leader. Who's the Shiroko, I think, if I'm not wrong? Or Shiroko is here. Yeah, it's another Shiroko. The green Shiroko that was behind me managed to, that it actually kind of made him get a bad qualifying lap. He's in front of me. No, just trying not to fight too much, just following in the gaps. Just if I see a gap, I'm gonna go through it, because I don't really want to mess anybody's else's lap. I'm gonna try and go onto the outside, go a little bit deep. Nice, everybody's trying to get the shortcut. Oh, there's a space there. Move on to the left side and all the way up to P4. Can we make P3? Come on, can we? Take the slipstream of the Renault Megane in front of me. Let's go. He has a second penalty. Somebody else is dipping into the pit lane to change the tires from softs. So you see that guy is going to come back later. Almost 3 wide. Oh, kind of gets pushed, I think, or breaks himself. I'm not really sure from that angle. But look at that big group of cars. The only problem is I'm afraid that I'm going to get punted wide. That's the only problem if you're in that big group of cars like that. Because somebody might outbrake himself, or like not know the braking point when you are having a slipstream or something like that, moving on the left side to avoid any collision through the penalty serving or something like that, I might say. Somebody gets punted wide there. I just saw that on the radar. I don't know, but probably, yeah. Oh, and the Renault maintains P3. Nice. Now I'm just going to hand down Jamie here, who was actually in P1, who actually is fighting. I think he has medium tires as I have also, because if he was not having medium tires, he would have been struggling with the soft tires right now, because they would be like dying of death. Oh, a little bit wide there because I was being go down one gear. Oh, the Renault behind me, I think I'm getting a little bit squally on that corner. You just need to have a good race. 2 laps later, I did try to defend against him, but I said there's no need to, because my tires also were getting really bad, and that's the only problem with the front rear tires. The weight is on the front, so as long as you're cornering really hard when trail braking or something like that, you do get the front tires get to wear a little bit quicker than most cars. And like the mid rear configuration of most of the cars, the other cars, I might say, the rear tires get a little bit more wasted. So it's kind of a balance. So like the front rear don't really have that much grip through the corners, and the mid rear cars, which I mean like engine is in the mid and they're driven by the rear tires, they don't get really that much of a push when off the corners, I might say. But even so, I did try and maintain, like get to stay with the front 2 people as they started to push away. And P2 goes in, the Italian goes in for a change of tires from softs. He did make the softs last for long, and that surprised me. That took me off guard, because if I was in medium tires and he was still pulling away from me, I was not really doing the greatest. And Jason here behind me, he started last, and he's all the way up to P3 through all that fighting that all those other people are doing. So Jamie goes in a lap later as we're done with that extra lap. Jamie goes in, is on mediums, and I'm on mediums. I'm going to change onto the soft tires, and Jamie also has mediums. So Super Fox Golden Hot has medium tires. It's gonna be a little bit slower, so probably I might catch him if I don't make a mistake, or if I don't get bored, because sometimes I get bored with these like really long races, and I kind of start losing focus. So I hope we do get ahead of this group of cars. I can see just going side by side. Come on. Oh, maybe the Scirocco, the Scirocco got ahead of me. And having newer tires and stickier tires, I'm going to take this corner really quickly than he was. He tries to defend it last minute when my nose was already in there. He tries to flash me, but for some reason my nose was already in there. There was no point of defending the race there, and I'm just gonna pull away because I have fresher tires. And I hope Jason gets. Oh, Jason is there, and Shad is also behind me. Shad is the one actually who was behind me, who was started last, not Jason. I confused the two people. I go a little bit wide there because, you know, as I said, I start losing focus, and I started doing, like, I stopped concentrating on the track, on the driving line of the track. And Shad now is just right there behind me. I was gonna ride with him right now. I said this is gonna be kind of a different kind of video towards the end, and see like another person's perspective of their driving line when they're trying to catch up to me, and at least see the backside. Not in that perspective, but like somebody who's following me from behind, seeing if I'm going through the right how can I put it, driving line or something like that. And anyway, if you're enjoying the video, a like to the video will be great, and a sub to the channel would be amazing, would be phenomenal. Yeah. Anyway, going down into the second corner, he's kind of there. He's losing a little bit of time, not really that much, but he's gaining on the exit because he has a better exit speed than I have, and serving this penalty is gonna just bring more pain because it's gonna come darting through a little bit too hot. It's gonna go a little bit wider. I don't know why he wasn't given a penalty there, a 0.5 second penalty, because he went a little bit over the white lines. If you just seen that right there, because if you go a little bit over the white lines, you're gonna have to get a 0.5 second penalty on that point. Trying not to do the mistake again, I go a little bit wider than expected, and he takes the chance. I did open the gate for him to take the opportunity to overtake me, and yeah, he goes. He takes it cleanly. I'm just gonna try and stick with him. He just goes defensive too early. He thinks that I'm going to go defensive, but I think we both have soft tires, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, I'm gonna start pulling away because my front tires are now starting to degrade because I wasn't taking care of them. I was braking too hard when I don't need to brake too hard, like thumping on the brake to the end, which damages the tires, locks the tires like a few milliseconds, which costs a lot. Having the slipstream there, for some reason I didn't take the slipstream. I didn't take the challenge there. I just wanted to wait for him to go and see if I can make a clean overtake, but yeah, nothing really much happened because he did maintain he did have a good exit. As you see there, I was struggling with the balancing of the car. I was getting a little bit out of hand. It goes a little bit wide there, but the rumble strips helps him. And yeah, I think that is going to cement it for him because he was in the middle of the road trying to defend this corner right here. And yeah, I didn't get a bad exit. I didn't get a good exit there, and he did remain on the top. So coming down to the second last corner here, he's going to make a good entry and exit, and I'm going to make a bad one. As I say, starts just pulling away from me, and yeah, trying to get the slipstream to the run on to the finish line wasn't really that ideal, and yeah, ended the 18 laps in P4 from P12. So that was 8 laps gained from 18 laps of racing, which was really lucky for me, as people cheer on to the good races, to the races that the people that have finished. Luckily, no, I don't think anyone did quit, so we just started at 19 people and finished at 19 people. And yeah, see you on the next one. I need to stop saying yeah. But anyway, have a good one. Stay safe, take care of each other, and be kind. Peace.